Okay, so yeah, Hubble Deep Field, fascinating insight into the earliest and deepest parts of the universe. So everything you see in the field is a galaxy. And you've got a wide variety of morphological types. So you've got spiral galaxies like our own Milky Way. You've got big sort of red, dead and old galaxies, these elliptical galaxies that have gone through and sort of used up all their gas to form stars, and they've just sort of slowly drifting off into a sort of dead end of cold red stars. And you've got the space in between, which tells you that space is finite. So it's interesting on a number of different scales. Yeah, the nicely shaped ones are probably the closer ones, simply because the size scales. But yeah, going back, seeing these really blobby big things, and because the elliptical galaxies are formed through the merger of several spiral galaxies. So you know that if you've got a big red blob, that's the equivalent of seeing several sort of nice spirally ones that have kind of collapsed together and have produced this monster thing that's now kind of just sitting there in their stead. So yeah, you're seeing, it's not just a family picture, you're seeing effectively the missing relatives in a way, by the presence of who's actually there. For me, for what I do, my work is based in far-infrared wavelengths, and that's interesting because galaxies tend to emit most of their light in two regions, in the optical, which is what you see in the Hubble Deep Field, and in the infrared, which is sort of where I work. And the problem for me is that most of what you see in the far infrared is galaxies, but what I want to look at is debris disks. So when I look at this is what keeps me in cold sweats, because I know that behind almost every source I look at, there's a whole bunch of these things lurking. And this keeps me very busy trying to work out, in my line of work, what's real, what's associated with the star that I'm looking at, and what's all these background galaxies that are just kind of collecting behind my stars that I want to actually look at. So yes, it's got a number of horrific implications as far as I'm concerned.